Welcome everybody to the Chess Lab, welcome to episode 35 of this Road to 2500 series. Let's jump straight into the game. I have some water with me, but I actually have more water, let me take it. I have more water right there. Okay, so the past few training sessions were rough. Let's see how it goes today. So my opponent opens with e4, I play c5, they play c3. This is the Alapin. I think we play knight f6. I think that's our signature move in this repertoire. We play it against knight f3, why not against c3 where it's even a main line. Knight to d5, of course the knight's hit. Against the Alapin, you can play this knight f6 because the pawn cannot be defended by a knight, right? Okay, they play d4, here they're threatening c4, and here compared to the last game, they will get d5 in, and that we can't allow it, so we have to take. Okay, they take back. Now I don't really remember what to do, which is a little bit of an issue, but I really don't remember. Could it be that it's like d6? I really have no idea what am I supposed to do in this position. I don't know if it's e6 and after knight c3 d6 or something. I unfortunately really cannot remember. And this is very unfortunate because I really wanted to go back to that nasty position. Is it d6 or is it e6? e6, knight c3, d takes. I don't know, I'm gonna go with e6. I don't know, I really don't remember. I have no idea what the right move is supposed to be. I mean, this shuts down my bishop, but I mean, in the main line, the bishop gets shut down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm sorry, guys, but I really don't remember what the right move is. I can't remember it. Also, I'm getting a little bit confused because I'm studying my main repertoire, which is also a Sicilian, just not the Nimzovich Sicilian, and my main repertoire against e4. And of course, the author of that course suggests something against the Alapin, but it's something else. And it's just, I'm just confusing everything. So, okay, now for example, what do I do? Do I play d6? But then it doesn't really matter what I played thus far. Which makes sense. I think I'm gonna play d6. I'm just gonna attack their center, and so it doesn't matter if I play the d6 or e6 after knight f3 because we will just transpose. But I don't remember these dynamics, so I really don't know what is going on. But after knight c6, bishop e7, castle takes, it feels like it makes sense somehow. But I don't know. And I remember that those positions I don't like because they look very passive for the second player, meaning for black. I discussed that in a chapter of Alice Study that I linked in the comments of the respective video. And I argued how I just didn't like the resulting positions that Solon's offering. But okay. So here I can play knight c6, and after knight takes d5, pawn takes d5. We may actually be back to some sort of lines that I actually studied for the main line. So I'm just gonna go knight c6. If they take, I just take, I don't mind. Yeah, I mean, I don't recall any of these, but we'll see. I mean, after taking, they can still blunder the bishop like we saw in a previous video. So they may just do that. But okay, let's take a step back. What am I doing? In the end of the day, I'm developing my minor pieces, specifically the knights. They have a little bit more space in the center, and I'm both blockading this head of the pawn chain, which is the e5 pawn, and I'm also attacking it, right? So in the end of the day, I'm not doing anything particularly wrong, it seems to me. And I'm just doing, in my opinion, decently, Nothing too concerning. Okay, now bishop b5 is a move, for sure. And here what do I do? Well, there are a couple of possibilities. I have the option to play queen a5. Take. Looks okay. Also because after bishop d2 I may be in time to play bishop a6, they can't castle anymore. Taking here doesn't quite work. And going here doesn't quite work either, because that's defended enough. I can of course take, but this simply allows their knight to jump in. However, if their knight jump in, I may want to play bishop d7. Now what do they do? They can play knight takes. I think that's the most annoying to face, but then I have a couple of possibilities. I can take here, for example, then, and things gets interesting, to say the least. So let me calculate. So d takes c5, knight takes c5, bishop d7, knight d5. Knight takes c5. On bishop takes d7 check, I have queen takes d7. And on e takes d5, I have queen takes d5, pawn takes d5. That's not looking good. I just have an isolated pawn. So that's not really great. Also, after d takes c5, they can take e takes d5, which, to be honest, is not encouraging. But now that I think about it, I can just play knight c7 here. And if take... But the problem of knight c7 is that the knight doesn't have a future there. I can play bishop d7 immediately. I can play bishop e7. Yeah, I can play bishop e7. If they take with the e-pawn, I take queen takes d6, I guess. I don't know. Queen a5 is interesting for sure. But queen a5, bishop d2, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. What am I achieving? So bishop e7, really? Bishop e7, knight takes d5, pawn takes d5, pawn takes, queen takes. Yeah, I mean, I'm never doing too terribly, I guess. They're calling me though, so let me... Alright, so I'm back. You probably see the time was skipped, but this is because I got a call that I couldn't really turn down, which I expected that it could happen, but okay. So here now I wasted, I don't know how many minutes, but 2 or 3 or something, maybe more. And so I'll have to just speed up and kind of go in damage control. So let's see what to do. So if I take, play bishop d7, and they take and I just take back, what's the problem? I can actually just simply do that without being too fancy. So I'm just gonna go for it. Bishop d7. Yeah, bishop d7. I don't want to be too fancy. Let's just go for it. I played bishop d7, but I think I said to take here first. But now that I look at it, bishop d7 looks better. So, you know, having your mind in something else and playing a move that you don't want to play, which already happened once in this road to 2500, so I'm not new to that, well, can have some nice benefits. Like bishop d7 looks better than d takes e5. It looks much better. I mean, if they play knight takes d5, I just take back and I'm fine. So I don't know why I wouldn't play that already. Bishop d7 just looks great. And if they take, I can take with my bishop in one go. And that doesn't look bad at all. Okay, they castle. But now I can take, and I win a pawn, right? I'm just gonna take. This intermediate move doesn't work because I win their queen. Yeah, but now I can play knight takes, right? Right? I just can play knight takes. I mean, I'm just gonna do it. This guy hangs. If they take, I take. Yeah, bishop d7 was a great move, thanks to me not paying attention. Very impressive. So not paying attention can be useful. I mean, I already knew it from school, but the fact that it can work in chess. But you see, in chess it works very rarely. You know, 99.99% of the times, if you don't pay attention in chess, you just get crushed. Is my recording software working? Seems like it. Whereas, you know, in school, I would actually recommend you don't pay attention and you do something like that you find fun, you know. School is really such a big waste of time, man. Like, and of course, I don't mean 100% of school, but like a big percentage of everything that happens in school is just a big, big waste of time. Like, massive. And that's just how it is. The only thing that surprises me about school is people that defend it. I know some people that for some reason they like to defend school. It's just, why would you defend something that is so obviously terrible? Like, how can you do that? It's unbelievable to me. Okay, so here I want to go bishop e7 and castling. There may be some reasons why that's wrong, but you know, on d5, I just had my idea of playing e5. And I thought I'm looking okay. Is changing the pawn structure a little bit, but this e5, d6 pawn structure with a pawn on d5 can actually be ideal if you want to start f5, f4, and even g5, g4, to be honest, with some queen e8, queen h5 coming through, and the knight rerouting to some places here, it can be tough. Okay, so there is some pressure over to this pawn. Now I want to play b6. That's my idea, to just play b6. But I can also try to play queen b6 with that. You know, that old idea that you try to trade queens or something when you're down, when you're up material rather. So d6. Do they want to sacrifice here? I don't see it. I don't know. I really don't see it. If they push, I just push. I'm just gonna play b6. I have to play faster, so maybe b6 is not ideal, but I still played it. Now if they play d5 and and e5, it feels like this queen is even more out of place to deal with some attack on the king side, so it may be a problem for them. Okay, but this is something that, again, we talked about it, and now their queen is not even exerting pressure over on this diagonal. Meaning once I castle and I play f5, thanks to this pawn, there is not even queen b3 check to worry. So yeah, of course white is trying to find counterplay, but they should be careful not to play something that not only doesn't give them counterplay, it gives me even more play. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. The only good thing for them, okay, they target this guy. If I castle, can they sacrifice here? Not really, so I just go. They go here trying to reroute their knight to some nicer places. That's good to me. So I'm gonna play f5 here, I think. They cannot go here, so they have to play this. And then it's gonna be some fun, because I'm just gonna go here. Hitting the queen. If they take, well, I'm just gonna take. Having a massively secure position with rook b1 to follow or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna go f5. There are some ideas where I have to be careful to, like... okay, oh, I have to be careful about this, but there is the knight for the moment. Okay, they played this, which I'm not sure about. But it's a possibility. Now I can push even further. And I have a passed pawn. So that's another, like, that's a different type of advantage, perhaps. I can also take, by the way. And but I have to be careful because he plans to, like, sacrifice or something. I could play king h8. If they take, I take with a knight, and my position looks amazing. I'm just gonna do that. Because now sacrificing the rook for the knight doesn't work anymore, because this is not check, and so I can just move my guy here. King h8 is a thematic move in this type of structure, and I'm learning this from the main repertoire that I'm building, which you may understand now what it is, because if you are a Sicilian player, you should kinda now understand, because this structure with this idea of playing for f5, I mean, it's kinda obvious what it is, perhaps, I don't know. Should it be obvious? Maybe. Okay, here I just wanted to take. And it feels like my position is just kind of good, you know. I have a weakness, but who doesn't have weaknesses in their life? And here I kind of want to reroute my bishop here. I'm afraid to doing it right now. Why? There is no reason why. Here, 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 and it doesn't work. Here, here, or something. Let's say here, I go here. So yes, I'm gonna reroute this guy. No need to fear it right now. If I go here and they go here, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna go here. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. It's of course a very tense position, because my king can get bank rank checkmated. That's a tongue twist for sure. My king can get... I can't do it. My king can get bank rank mated. Yeah, but I didn't say it right. My king can get bank rank checkmated. Okay. Kind of. Okay. So here I'm going to improve the position of my rook. Then they can go to a6 perhaps. Okay, let's just put the bishop where I wanted. Looking good, looking fresh. Looking nice. And I'm targeting this guy. I mean, I'm just gonna go here perhaps, right? Again, I want to be careful about that bank rank issue. And this bishop's annoying, but also a little bit out of place, perhaps. Okay, now they allow me to go here. Should I go? I mean, I don't see why not. They may sacrifice an exchange, and as soon as I said it, they did it. Oh my goodness, that's not... Oh my goodness, I missed this idea completely. Oh well. I should be kind of fine, because their pawn is not promoting here. But yeah, definitely big miss by me. That was silly. That was silly. So I go here, they go here, I go here. Ah, and they cannot take. Okay, let's go. They cannot promote at the time being. I saw this, but... So first of all, I can check them here. Which is interesting. Because I thought I could go here, but now I realize that they have this move. And I may just be lost. Unfortunately. So if I check them, what happens? So if they go here, I think this is very good for me. I just check them here. They have to go here and then I win. So after this check, they cannot move there. They can try to move here, for example. But then... Then where do I go? Then I may go here. Or something. Oh no, after check here I can go here. And I'm threatening the more than disgusting queen a8. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. So after check, only this is left. But then I still go here threatening queen a8 probably. Yeah, let's just go for it. I mean, what else? I can also try to go here hitting the rook. But I'm just gonna go here. I could be missing moves here and stuff, but I'm threatening... Well, I'm threatening... Am I threatening to promote? I don't know about this one. I could be. But I think what I'm threatening here is check. And after the move their king, I just push here, perhaps. I think that's a big threat. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. So let's see. What do I do on queen e5? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Not so easy. They're gonna go here. What do I do? Who knows? Who knows? Difficult position here. Are they threatening to take? Not now. I can try to go here and simplify. That's probably what I'm gonna do. If they go here now, I can defend. That's the point. And if they take, I take here, which, again, it's damage control. And I'm probably winning, actually, after that, because I keep the f2 pawn. So, should be okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. They go here. Now, of course, I have ideas like this to kind of defend, and also like double, triple attack everything. They can't never go here because I have check on the light squares. So let's try to do it. I have to be careful again not to hang my pieces. But again, a check on the light square is so annoying. And then just repositioning my queen here, defending everything. And I'm hitting some pawns. They go here. What stops me to take here, perhaps? Nothing. And of course the guy tells me that there's gonna be a problem if I don't click something. This is unbelievable, dude. What the heck? So let me just capture here. Now I'm having even more pawns in the right squares. Of course, this looks scary, but I have this move, which I saw from the distance. I'm threatening some nastinesses like this too. You know, and there is no sacrifices. These I just take, and then I move. It's just over. I'm gonna play h6 perhaps just to be sure that I don't get like obliterated. But I should be fine. Yeah, h6 is probably my next move. Because, you know, on h6 you just make sure that you're not getting completely like clapped, you know. That's kind of the point. I have 1 minute though. I have to play precise. This was a weird game. I got a call, an important one too. And also, you know, I'm the kind of person that phone calls kind of messes my mind a little bit. It's weird to talk to somebody and you don't see them. It's just, what? Check. Now h6. So if I play h6, takes, check, here, check, here, check, I go back. Okay, should be fine. Should be fine. Who knows? My plan is to also go back here, yeah. This should be okay for me now because, I mean, I think this is objectively completely winning, but it's one of those situations that you actually have to win. Also, I think, not super sure, but I think I'm threatening, yeah, I think I'm gonna play it now. I think it's gonna be GG in like a couple of moves here. Check, yeah, I think it's GG. This is checkmate. And check or check, I just move. And both of these squares are controlled by my queen. Taking here doesn't help, since I'll win. So I think they may resign, actually. Which is weird. This is the weirdest game. Also, you know, the guy that called me, you know, is, you know, somebody that works into a professional field, and when he said goodbye at the end, I said bye-bye, which is, I said ciao ciao, which is in Italian like bye-bye, but it's very informal. And it happened to me in the past that when I do phone calls, I use the wrong formalities, because I don't know, it kind of messes with my brain for some reason. But they resign, we take it. Weird game, man. I wasn't even thinking about the game. What is going on? Bishop d7. I didn't want to play bishop d7, and it's probably the best move. This is just a stupid game. What is this? What is this game? I'm sorry guys, this is ridiculous. What is this game? 90% accuracy, at least I didn't go down into the 80s, but this is so bad. This is so bad. Oh. Okay, but I reached this point without mistakes at least. Yeah, but this is just ridiculous. Okay, so e4, c5, e6. I don't even know what is Solon's recommendation. And I mean, this is fine, it feels like. And now bishop b5. Bishop d7 is not good. What do they play here? Oh, knight takes c3. Oh, now it's knight takes c3. Knight takes c3, b takes c3. Oh, and bishop d7 now. That's interesting. And after e takes, bishop takes, and you just have a game of chess. Reasonable. And here they played castle, which allow me to take. And here they should have played rook b1 and just give me back one pawn. I mean, I have to give back one pawn, and the position's just equal. I mean, plus 0.4, not even equal. But they took, and now I'm actually up a pawn. And here I played, I think, quite well. I should have played rook c8 first, though. And just improve my pieces before doing anything. And here we started to play very precise chess, because we made like 4 mistakes in a row, me and my opponents. So I played f5, and now f5 is wrong because of knight c4, which everybody and their grandma saw, and after knight c5 everyone thought that I was doing fine, but I guess I'm not. I'm not, because of bishop takes, b takes, and here knight takes c5. And after d takes c5, we have this idea of d6, right? King h8, d takes e7, which I kind of showcase just in a different move order. And here white seems to be slightly better, but after queen d5 is obvious that black seems to be slightly better. After queen d5, it's obvious that white has some counterplay on my weak pawns, but okay, my opponent played f4, and here again e4 was required immediately, which I saw, but for some reason I didn't go for it. I don't know why I didn't go for it. I played king h8 instead, and here again, they should have played knight f3. What if I push now? Oh, now they get some nice squares. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay, and I have to be precise. Okay. But everything is slightly better for black, if anything. But after taking, knight takes is okay. Knight c4. Knight takes c4 is not ideal. I should have just gone back. Knight c4, queen c4, and here after bishop f6. Why not bishop here, sorry? Rook takes. Oh yeah. Oh, but now it's worse compared to the game. Okay, rook a to c1, I played bishop e5, I should have played rook c8. Very terrible middle game. I mean, there were many tactics here. Even here rook takes was to be played. And here I should have played rook f7, which again now sidestep this idea, and which makes that I can continue with my beautiful ideas just when I want, right? c4, queen h4, now it's perfectly playable, and here they're just experiencing problems because I will always have the better position. But they played after queen h4, they correctly take it, and here it's around equal. The fact that I managed to find f4 and f3 in such I mean, I just played it instantly. I'm like, yeah, that's just the move. G3, F2, and this is equal. Here I managed to find E4, I don't know how. No, I mean, this is not that difficult moves, but logical moves. And here Queen D4 is wrong. They should have played A4. Oh yeah, A4 makes a lot of sense, because now if I take here, they win this. Ah, of course. We both missed it. That's what we missed. They tried Queen D4, but now I keep the pawn. No, well, actually I don't keep the pawn. They can take it. The thing is that probably like this. The thing is that I end up with a winning endgame, you know? I mean, time to stop this guy, and these two guys are untouchable, because every time they take this one goes. This is very famous and banal endgame structure. Queen F7, check from the distance, H6, and now it's just very nice. And here, listen, Rook F5 is a nice move. Rook F5 just ends the game on the spot. You're threatening checkmate, and it's just over. Perhaps their best move is like to sacrifice the rook or something. So Queen E8, I know it's gonna lag, because that's what happened when I turn on the engine. King here, and here, and here. And here, yeah, it's just very tough. It's just very tough. Basically, they are controlling this square, so the computer idea is that after this, there is this. But this, of course, is winning, you know. And yeah, it's just -8. It's just, yeah, there's no way to stop that. So yeah, that was game one. Very bad game. Now, before, did I stop lagging? I shouldn't be lagging anymore. So let me close. Let me close the video, and let me go on Chessable. I'm gonna reopen the video very soon, guys, don't worry. What a weird recording, what a weird game. I'm happy that I won, obviously, and this wasn't like a terrible win either, because I managed to find good moves, and the position was complicated. I made some mistakes, they made some mistakes, and I handled it better overall, so I'm actually quite satisfied from this game, unlike the last game I won, which I was really unhappy, but this one's just a game of chess, it's fine. It's kind of hilarious that... I misclicked. It's kind of hilarious that, you know, I was playing, I'm not saying like randomly, but almost, but I just made sensible moves. But this actually is very good. It shows that my instinct has kind of elevated to a point where I can defeat 2200s only chess. I could never do it back in the days, like 2 weeks ago, just with my instincts, but it seems like here I can. So, let me reopen the video. I know you cannot see the full screen very well, but okay. Now, Alapin variation, this is Solon's thing. And here, let's see what they recommend. So this is the Smith-Morra. This is Knight F3. What's the main line, though? I don't know. Alapin variation, let's see what they recommend. Okay, I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller, like here, and this guy here. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. Okay, so you guys should be able to see everything. So Knight F6, of course. No, Bishop C4 is not the move. We want D4 immediately, come on. Give us D4 immediately. Maybe there's not even D4 immediately. Here it is. So D4, that's what my opponent played. Knight here, don't know. I want the capture, the instant capture. No, queen takes, no. Come on, man. Just give me the capture. What the? Okay, here it is. So after D4 take on Knight C6, sticking with the game plan of developing the knight to its natural square, yeah, and then E6 takes, and D6. This literally transposes, yeah, exactly, he also says it. That's crazy. Okay, and if they just develop normally, we play D6, and after take, we take with the queen. Okay. I get it, kind of. I should really refresh my memory with that. With that course. Let me make myself back to the original dimensions. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Another 15 plus 10. The reason why I keep looking up is because there is my second monitor with with the recording software. Hopefully Kramnik is not watching this video. I always make this joke. Okay, you can see everything correctly. Let's go. We are playing against an almost 2400, 2393, AA 2017. Great. For some reason, I already saw this. Username. What? I already saw it. Okay, anyways. So D5, G3. Here we are following another Nate Solon's repertoire, which is the 100 repertoires, the Reti, where basically tries to build the repertoire in just 100 lines. It's actually an extremely good repertoire. If you really want to buy a course, but you are a beginner and you don't know like where to start in your chess courses journey, the Nate Solon's repertoire on Chessable is probably the best for beginners, like unironically, because it's not super scary. Like, if your first repertoire is, I don't know, some Aganguli's course, for example, like, it's like you're gonna see 1,000 line, you're gonna quit it, rightfully so, to be honest, and you're just never gonna study chess ever again. But Nate Solon's repertoire is just 100 lines, so you can study like 10 lines in one day, which, if you try, you will see is absolutely manageable, especially if you watch before the video. You first watch the video and then you do the lines, that's what I mean. And after 10 days, you've done it, right? Or if you're really like lazy, or as people like to say, busy, like you can just study 3 lines. Here I castle, that's the semi-Slav setup, or I should say the Slav setup. You study 3 lines every day, and after a month, basically, you have done it. And 1 month, especially for adults like 30, 40 years old, and even later, it's very short amount of time. If you're 15, that's probably a lot. But if you're 30, that's just, you don't even register. It's like, it just passes immediately. Okay, they play G6. Now, do I play B3? This is like, see, all these move orders, all these things, these are things that, like, I've studied, but I just don't remember them, and it's so annoying because I have to every time spend additional energy. I think I'm gonna go B3, Bishop G7, Bishop B2, and try to transpose to a C6 line of the King's Indian setup, which I think it's a very reasonable thing to do, to be honest. Okay, I think we are doing okay. Great sentences, great commentary. Okay, I think we are doing okay. This is so like, come on. This is why you watch this channel, guys. Now, do I play d4 or do I play c4? This is the eternal question. I'm gonna play c4 because this is more in the spirit of the repertoire. Zero clue if that's correct or not. But we're just gonna have a middle game, and then we'll see what to do. Something that you realize playing the same lines over and over again is that even if you just play something slightly different, like, and it can even completely change the nature of the position, but it's still a game of chess, Whereas if you, and this is again my opinions, if you don't have a clear repertoire, and so you don't over and over again play the same or very similar lines, you never kind of settle on something, and this makes you think that everything is so very different, and you'll never understand nothing. But in reality, if you settle on something, then paradoxically enough, you realize that even if your opponent plays something a little bit different, it's fine. But you really know it's fine. But again, may sound paradoxical, but you need to have a very fixed repertoire first to kind of come to this conclusion. I know it sounds like weird, but that's how it is. I was afraid before this concept of like really building my repertoire and just try to play the same things over and over, in this case the one knight f3. I was afraid that, but every time at some point they're gonna deviate, and so having a repertoire makes no sense. But that's actually not the case. Okay, so they play bishop g4. So on bishop g4 we play h3 because we try to get the bishop pair. And if they want to give it to them, if they want to give it to us, we'll take it. And if they go back, listen, good for you, man, for allowing me h3 for free. Well, if they're thinking, I assume they're gonna go back, because I mean, why would you play bishop g4 if you don't want to take, like, h3 should, maybe he was scared that I play h3 immediately, but my idea is not super sophisticated. My idea is like, you play bishop g4 with the g6 setup, I'm gonna play h3, take your bishop pair and be fine. Sorry, but this is the sophistication I'm at. Okay, here they want to play e5. So first of all, we can try to take c takes d5 here, because their knight doesn't have c6 anymore, which is interesting. And then play d4, because we want to play d4 anyways. That's actually a sensible idea. However, what if I play d4 immediately? No? Well, there is a difference. After they play rook e8, if I develop normally and they strike, of course I take. After they take, they actually hit the I can talk. They hit the bishop and the pawn at the same time. And this I'm not a big fan of. So I think that taking and resolving this tension is better, because after they take, first of all, I can go knight c3, which attacks the pawn immediately. And if they push it, they have a newly created weakness. Not necessarily against that. Like, for example, I can go here, they play e5, I go here, completely switching targets. Then I go here, I win their exchange or something. Things can get crazy. Now, of course, there is the chance that they take with the knight, but in that case, I just swap dark square bishops. I'm the only one with a bishop, and their king set's potentially weak. And I'm gonna play knight c3. Okay, they take with a pawn. Logical move. Okay, so here what do they want to do? Well, if I play knight c3, I just realize they're gonna play knight e4, actually, which I don't like. Yeah, I should have thought about that. But it's fine. So what to do? I can play d3. d3 has a couple of ideas. But now wait, now they're threatening, now they're threatening e5. Now they're threatening e5. Oh, that's why d4 was my point. D4 was my point, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna religiously follow what my idea was. Even if it's not ideal, I'm still gonna follow it. Because I want to see what happens. And this is also a luxury that you have if you play always the same thing, which is sometimes you can experiment, and especially if you're playing against a 2393, which is not a moron at all, you'll have a model game in your experimentation, right? And then you can use it, you can go back to that game and try to understand, okay, if I play this against this strong player, what is a very human but high-level human idea that he can come up with? And you'll see very interesting stuff. Okay, so now there is this square which is slightly controlled by them, and here is the question: what do I want to do? This is a question. So, there are some interesting dynamics here. So I can play knight c3, they play e5, they take, I take, they take. Interesting. Because one idea is to play knight d2, bishop g2, knight f3 to control this place. That's one big idea I have. So if I play knight d2, what's gonna happen? Well, they can play rook e8. I'm gonna go bishop g2. They have to push now. I'm gonna take. They're gonna probably take. And then... And then I can play knight f3, actually. Oh, yeah. If take, I once again take. And they can't quite push their pawn yet. And I'm just gonna go e3 and have a good position. So let's try to do this. It's a little bit of an unusual idea. Again, you may look at this knight and be like, oh, but this looks more natural. Yes, it's true, but again, you have to try to understand both what you want to do, but also what your opponent wants to do. And I don't know, in my mind, maybe I'm wrong, but my opponent wants to free himself with e5, but maybe I'm just stuck with these weird, ancient King's Indian ideas. Maybe that's just out of place. Maybe knight c3 was more on point, but also there is this concept that Sam Shankland, if you have Sam Shankland's courses, you know, and if you don't, well, I'm telling you right now, so it's fine. Sam Shankland, when he writes his comment, often he uses this expression regrouping, right? Sometimes you have your pieces scattered around the board and you want to try to find places to regroup them, meaning to place them in a way that they kind of coordinate in harmony with themselves and with the position. And it feels like my bishop on g2, which coordinates well with this king side here, and my knight on f3, which coordinates well with the center and also with the pieces, and maybe e3 in the future, and maybe something like queen d2 or queen to d3, the rook's on the c file. I don't know, it feels like it's coordinating well. Whereas a knight on c3 and a bishop on f3, I don't know, it feels like they're not coordinating super well. My bishop really wants to go on g2, and my knight, does it really wants to go on c3? Because after e6, you need to understand that you may say you're never gonna get to this pawn. True, but then the knight on c3 makes no sense, right? And arguably you may say that I have this idea, which is possible, but what if they play a6? What if they play a6 b5, or even only a6? I never have queen b3 to attack this guy after a6, so the b7 pawn is not really a weakness. And as you can see, they really want to go for this, but this plays into my hand. Bishop g2, push, takes. They get the push, but my point of argument is against this guy. It is not really against their push. Meaning my argument is, yes, you can get the push, but I'll get my weakness to play against. So please go ahead and play e5. I don't really mind. And again, this 2393, this 2400, is playing in a way that is making my whole regrouping, again, makes a lot of sense, which is something to be considered, you know? It's not an irrelevant consideration. And so here we are. The move h3 is often a useful move in the reti in general. Again, I don't like to call it reti. Let's say in the Solon's repertoire. It's much more appropriate than saying in the reti. Actually, I think that saying this sentence and ending it with the reti, like I just said, I think it's an inaccuracy for sure, but perhaps even a mistake. What do I know about the reti? I know something about the Solon's repertoire, though. Okay, so here they play queen to b6. So queen to b6 doesn't really target this pawn. However, it kind of puts pressure on this bishop via x-rays, and perhaps it prepares moves like a5, because a4 then it's possible because the bishop will just hang. Okay, so now what to do? How to deal with this situation? Well, that's not super easy. And this is where we meet the first real issue of this regrouping, which is they control the e4 square better than I do. Because ideally I want to play knight f3, and after a5, queen d2. The problem is knight e4 hits my queen, and I just really dislike it. Whereas with the knight on c3, I wouldn't have had problems concerning with this. So a way I can try to deal with it is to play rook c1. Now, if they take, notice that they cannot play rook c8 because the rook is undefended, so that's nice. And after rook c1, my idea is to actually take and then play queen to b1, which helps into controlling e4, which is very, very nice. And also wants to have rook c1 and defends the bishop, meaning after a4 I can consider just taking it. My queen is defended on b1, so I can exploit the flexibility of this knight not yet on f3. So I think I'm gonna do this. I don't see anything better. I'm actually quite impressed by rook c1. I think it's a very good move. Notice that for the time being there are no problems on this pawn. For the time being is critical. And now I think that e5 is actually literally impossible because I just take and then I win a pawn. Okay, are they threatening h4? Maybe. I don't know. Are they threatening it? I don't know. After h4 here and here, is there really a problem? Do I play h4? I'm gonna play h4, and you may say, you know, so fast, giving up the g4 square? Yes, because I'm really curious to see what happen if they exploited that square. I'm really curious to see what happen if they play knight g4. Because after knight g4, I'm gonna go e3, either right now or at some point. Okay, now I take. That's my idea, and I'm gonna play queen to b1, that's my point. I can also play bishop a3, which hits a pawn. Maybe. Yeah, maybe bishop a3. Maybe I'm playing a little bit fast, but in the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out ways to handle those middle games a little bit better. I'm trying to figure out ways to really put my opponent under some pressure, and yeah, it's not the easiest job in the world to put your opponent under pressure. Just trying my best here. Something to notice is that after a4 they have no threats. This is also something important to just consider. After a4 there are no threats. And now, you know, after I... No, what am I doing? I was almost pre-moving f3, that would be tragic. After rook c1, if they take... Then there are some lines where I may actually be threatening check, and I don't know, there is a weakness here. And I'm not sure how much pushing h5 was useful for them, to be honest. Because you may argue that they have the h7 square, but their kingside structure is weak. That's an objective fact. It's also an objective fact that they have the h7 square after h5, but I don't know if the trade-off is in their favor. That's the thing I'm trying to say. Okay, queen b1, this idea is very nice. Ah, they attack my knight. Nasty people here. However, this is a very fascinating situation. Like, for example, in this position, you may say, okay, rook c1, which was my idea, is not playable because, of course, the knight hangs. But if they take the knight, I take the rook with check. And after rook to c1, if they take my rook, queen takes c1, defends the knight. And there are no ways to exploit it as far as I can tell. I'm also threatening bishop a3, which wins the pawn myself. And if they play bishop to h6, I'm going to play e3. And noting something, all these moves, rook c1, queen takes c1, e3, are all moves that I want to play anyways. This is very important. So it feels like I'm not defending. It feels like I'm just achieving what I want to achieve. And so hopefully this is not like the worst blunder in chess history, but I'm just going to go for rook c1 anyways, saying to my opponent, dude, you have no threat. Okay, they play rook c6. That's a very fascinating move. because after rook to c6 and pawn to c6 and queen to c1, I'm hitting this pawn, I'm threatening bishop a3. I'm not sure what my opponent is onto. Dude, you good? I'm not really sure what my opponent is trying to achieve here. It's true that after I play bishop a3, this guy hangs, so I have to be careful. But yeah, that's objectively true. Yeah, so maybe I want to play e3 first. Oh, but then this guy hangs, so I have to actually do this. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it and then play this move. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. As of right now. Again, bishop h6, I play e3 and all of a sudden it helps my whole position. So, yeah. c5 is kind of critical, maybe? But I can actually just play e3 anyways. And if they take, I take with the bishop. And if they move the knight, check wins a piece. There is this knight hanging, but then the structure's weak. This position's crazy. This position's crazy. It feels like I'm not worse, though. But it feels like if one of these two players make a mistake, they lose the game. So, but that's chess fun for you. That's chess. If you make the wrong turn, it's over. Okay. So this is one of those positions that I'm not sure I'm understanding. Like, this is one of those situations where I'm like, am I blundering the game away? Like, after I play e3, what's gonna happen? Also, what if I play bishop here? They take here. That's the argument. So I play e3, they plan to play e5 perhaps? But after this move, they have to leave the defense of this. And you may say they just go back defending everything. Okay. Maybe you are correct. Maybe you are correct. So here, I'm not forced to play e3, believe it or not. Since the problem of taking here is that I lose this guy, I may just play knight f3, which defends this pawn, controls this square a little bit better, and renews the threat of bishop c6, while keeping all these ideas. So I may just want to leave this guy at home. No problems. You know, knight here, and maybe you play e5, but then I may just want to take here, and I'm also controlling e1, which I think it's important. I think it's important. No? And I have ideas of checking and taking like this, preventing this move. So knight here, e5, takes, push, take. I have this check, which is not nasty, worst. And after they go here, I take with the pawn. Because now I'm controlling this, which is crazy. And they don't have checkmate. At least right now. Oh, but they can check me here. And then I take, check. And then I'm getting mated. If I go here, yes. Tricky situation. I'm gonna go here anyways. Why not? I may just trade everything on e5. And in the end, just take on c6. But the problem is that there is this. Annoying. But they go here. Interesting. So they defend the pawn. Fascinating ideas. It's like obvious, but let's call it fascinating ideas for sake of, you know, to just make it sound more fancy. Now I would like to play e3 though. Makes a lot of sense, no? I think it kind of does. Yeah, it makes sense now also because once they push e5, I take, eventually knight d4 will come hitting those two guys. Okay, let's just play this move. Hopefully this is not a blunder. My idea is to also play bishop f1, which looks not so bad. Of course, I have to be careful. I don't like this knight at all on g4, which was allowed thanks to my h4 move, which with inside maybe not the brightest idea, maybe. But also it's not easy for them to do anything. And if they play e5 after take, they may want to move that knight. A complex position. Complex position, but it feels like I have the better position if we trade everything on d5 or even if we don't. But maybe, it feels like when I say better position, I mean humanly. It's probably just a draw anyways. The good thing is that I haven't spent like too much time, perhaps. Okay, now they go here. So they want to come here to target this guy. Is this concerning? Maybe. But I want to go bishop here and then bishop here. And if the knight goes here, I just take it. So I can also play knight here. Because now they cannot go e5 anymore. I can also play knight here. They take, I take. They play something like this. Nah, that doesn't look so good. But yeah, I kind of want to go here. If they go here, I'm just going to take it. And what's the point? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I know the point of this. But I can play knight h2 then. And do I have the better bishop? What even is a better bishop here? I'm gonna try to do this. Let's see. Maybe this is wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Bishop d3 ink. Incoming move. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I have to be tactically aware, tactically sharp. Not sure how much I am in this moment. I think a good move by them could be queen b8. Queen b8 with the concept of knight e4, knight takes g3. But I'm still probably going to go bishop d3, and after knight e4 I'm just going to take it. And then go to d2, and all of a sudden there are 2 pawns hanging, not just one. I mean, it's a crazily tough position where I could end up getting mated. But while all of these considerations are going on, their queen is under attack, not mine, so that's something. And yeah, that's something for sure. I mean, in the end of the day, I have this idea of giving up my knight for my bishop for their knight, and I'm not sure how good this is. But maybe it is okay. Oh, I have knight g5 actually. Oh, I have knight g5. It's not a bad move at all. Oh yeah, so after they move the queen, let's say here or here or here or somewhere. Bishop here, knight here, takes. I actually have knight g5. This plays as defenses, and also if they ever do this, then all of a sudden, who's getting mated? You know? I think we know the answer. Not me. Yeah, this is terrible. The h7 square with my knight on g5 means nothing. Like my h2 square means nothing. With the knight on g4. So, yeah, many weird things going on. But I think bishop d3 kind of keep things under control. And they may crumble after bishop d3. Because the reality is, strategically, my position on the queen side is better because of my pressure on c6. So if they can find a breakthrough on the king side, after bishop d3, they may psychologically just be like, what do I do? You know? Yes. Okay, now do I have better moves than bishop d3? If so, I cannot see them at all. So let's just go. I'm expecting a4. But on a4 I can just take it, that's the thing. I can just take it. I also have some crazy idea. Ooh, here we go. The crazy ideas are starting right now. I kind of want to go queen c2 all of a sudden, knight g5, and ask them what they're going to do about bishop takes g6. Which looks like a legitimate question to me. No? Don't you think so? I think so. I definitely think so. So let's go. Let's go. Or do I play knight g5 first? Or maybe knight g5 first is better. Or maybe knight g5 first. Who knows? Maybe knight g5 first. Is knight g5 first the move? I don't know. Nah, let's just play queen c2. Queen c2 I like a little bit better because plays against a4 a little bit more. That's the rationale. That's the rationale. I have to be careful, very careful actually, about knight takes e3 now. For example, a move like this. If I play knight here, I can get hit by this. I'm not sure I like facing this. Ah, so they protect. See, those guys are tactically aware, but what if I play knight e5 now? Knight e5 now, take, and all of a sudden I have ideas like e6 with check. Ah, this is, I think I'm gonna do it. Knight here, what they're gonna do? Take, where they're gonna jump? Here, take, check, don't know. No, well, if they jump here, they just lose a pawn. What am I talking about? Yeah, now I think I go here. Staying flexible, and there may be some nasty ideas. I think I'm threatening, am I threatening bishop takes g6? I think I am. Oh, I think I am. Yeah, they have to take, but this is not looking in the way that they want it to look. I think, because the problem is after e6 check, I'm gonna take this guy. You know, and if they push, I'm gonna take this guy. That's my idea, to undermine g6. And they're careful, there's no queen in front of it. No, actually no, because they don't have knight e4. Yeah, because on knight e4 I just take. And they don't even have a4, this is crazy, look at this. This, they don't even have a4 because I just do this. It's so bad. It's so bad. So this game is perhaps turning in my favor a little bit, but this is one of those positions where, like, if you're playing an engine, well, if you play an engine, you lose from any position, basically, but, you know, they probably can perhaps maybe, I don't know, save it, something? Ugh, I don't know. Here I take. And here I just take again, right? I'm up a pawn, but it's a weird pawn. Not sure what's going on. Okay, they block, but this is not super concerning because, I mean, they would have blocked anyways, right? So, okay, and here I'm not super sure how to continue. Queen f4 is a move, trying to enter here. Oh, queen f4 is a move. Queen f4 is... Tough position here. I need to activate my dark square bishop very badly. I kind of want to go here. But I really want to go here too. But what if they play this? Yeah, nothing happens here. What if my bishop can get here somehow? Perhaps going here or perhaps going here? I don't know. This is a difficult position. Very difficult. So going here, it's possible. I'm also hitting a pawn. If they go on the dark square, I hit them. I'm gonna try to go here. I don't like keeping my queen too passive, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Because I want bishop a3. I just want bishop a3. Because even if they take this pawn with their queen, it's fine. What matters is that I don't lose these two guys here. You know. I'm hitting a pawn, by the way. And if bishop here, take, queen here or something. But in that case, I can offer the trade. Yeah, I can just offer the trade, maybe. Because again, I'm up a pawn, and it's an important pawn that fixes their structure. It's like the ideal pawn. But I need to trade their bishop for sure. Bishop here, okay. But now I go here. I think I want to go here, yes. Okay, but here I take. Maybe that was rushed. I think taking with the queen loses for them, right? Yeah, no, taking with the queen loses. They're trying to figure out. Oh, but then they have to take. Oh, they have to take like this for sure. Oh, yeah, because otherwise they were losing the other pawn. Oh, no. Oh, no, for them, I mean. Good for me. So now I can go here, trying to hit this guy. They're gonna go here, probably. I don't know. So I should go here. I think I should go here. I have to centralize this thing. If they go here or here... Oh my god! I really did that? Oh, okay. 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 that I find it funny, believe it or not. I find it more funny than maddening. I find it more funny than maddening. Dude, what? 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 Dude. What? I just give them the queen. This is just so bad. But it's funny. I mean, this is actually funny. $95 immediately. Oh, 95 even here. Interesting. That was a blunder. And here I should have played... Oh, here I should have played check. Really? Wow, I should have played check. I should have played check. F6, now queen takes. I should have entered this. Really? Wow. Yeah, I was afraid this guy could be a weakness, but this is the most irrational thing ever. But now at least my bishop is active and I can have some ideas of attack. And also this guy is very annoying. Yeah, I should have gone for this. Interesting. Instead, after this e6 kind of kills it a little bit. And here I should have played a3. Ah, okay. I say okay, but I don't understand really. Oh, wait, a3, bishop c5, and here what? And here bishop c3. Well, that would have been, at least practically speaking, much better. But he played c4, here I took, and here I should have played queen a5, which I saw. For some reason I didn't like it. I didn't like this. This is not a good reason to hang your queen. And maybe I should have played this. Oh, there actually is the line. Oh, queen b5 I should have played. Queen takes e5, queen e2. And the position is just equal. Yeah. The position is just equal. Okay, interesting. But I play queen d7. And I hung the queen. That's some fascinating move. Why did I do that? Like what? I don't know. But you see, the reason I don't get mad about these moves is because, like, these are the easiest move to prevent. You know, when you play an important game of chess, let's say OTB, don't spend the 2-3 hours prior studying 50 very brain-demanding lines for opening theory. And that's how you avoid mistakes like this, blunders like this. It's actually quite simple to prevent that, isn't it? So yeah, that was today. 2 weird games. The first game I won it, which I don't even understand. And this game I just blundered the queen. I finally made the most beginner mistake you can make, which is to blunder the queen, but in a way that you literally gift it, like straight up gift it. You don't blunder like a tactics. No. It's not even you blunder a fork. You put it unpre. It's like you put it hanging. You just leave it there hanging. Today, let me see my profile. Not rapid. I don't want to see that. I want to see it here. I gain 1 point. This is great. We hang a queen and we still gain 1 point. That's when you know. That's when you know you're a moron. Okay, but okay. So today went like this. But I played much better today. I'm very happy. Despite, again, I actually started 55 lines today. And the last 15 were quite tough. But I slept very well today. And so despite the tiredness of the 50 lines, it feels like I played some better chess. Not like the golden 3 days, of course. That doesn't come even close. But I played much better chess than the past 2 sessions. That's for sure. So taking a little break yesterday was definitely very useful, and that's just how it goes. But just before concluding, I want to say something. If you look at kind of the rating here, the progression, I was kind of going back and forth the 2200s, and now instead I'm kind of settling on the 2300s. So that's, a range of 50 points higher. We are not talking about cryptos here, trust me. We are talking about my rating. Okay, so having said that, let's close the video here on the main page only. Chess feels like it's a little bit more pleasant to see. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your chess.